Welcome to Rewatch. We're on episode 12 of the Droids cartoon series from 1985. This one is called Across the Roon Sea. Mungo finds his great uncle who has discovered bags and bags of runestones, but for some reason couldn't make it back to the family. He's just sitting there on a throne in a cave. And again, 80s cartoon for kids. Doesn't make sense. I get it. But at the same time, why didn't you come back or radio for help? I don't really know. He said, I'm glad you're here. You can continue. Because I guess there's more runestones out there. And then Baobab, trying to get greedy, is trying to look for more runestones. Now, they get captured like they always do. And 3PO and R2 encounter a joke droid. He's a comedian droid. He tells jokes all the time. And at the end of the episode, they free him. He's like, hey, we could get together. We can make a great team. And you think that he's going to be a part of the series going forward. And he makes just like Fozzie Bear, waka, 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 terrible jokes. And I thought, oh, please, is he in it? Because I couldn't remember him at all. And thankfully, he's not in the other episodes. But it's almost like they're trying to introduce a new character into Droids. But he doesn't do anything. He just annoys 3PO while they're in this slave ship. And then when they escape, he thanks the droids and say, hey, we could hit the road and become a team. I don't understand what's going on. Anyway, R2 saves them. They go on the run, and they're in these little ships that look like sail ships, space sail ships. I should mention, though, there are some fighters that are earlier that were really good. Again, some of the ship designs, a lot of the ship designs in Droids. I know I keep harping on this every other episode, but they really are well done. And I really want to know how much of that cartoon was derived from the notes and artwork, lost ideas or unused ideas by George Lucas. I think the answer would shock us all. I think it's about 80%. Honestly, I think they use most of that stuff from George Lucas's mind, which is why Droids feels different. It feels different from your cliche 80s cartoon, okay? At least to me, it does. And I wonder how much of the mind, obviously they were given a lot of the lost ideas or unused ideas by George Lucas, but that in itself made for something good, decent, a good series here. Anyway, so as they're being pursued by the governor and Screed, they come across a whirlpool. They start dumping stuff because their boat's too heavy. And of course, Mungo Baobab has to dump all the rune stones, So he parts with his fortune because friends are more important, which is the lesson of this cartoon. And then they make it out. And then the bad guys, which I thought were going to get sucked into the drink, they don't, because I guess they got to stay alive for another one. Governor, by the way, his name is Governor Kuhn by the name. It was such a hard name. I had to keep rewinding it to make sure I got it right. I said, what are they saying? And then I looked it up. But Kuhn. And it just kind of was like, I didn't know if they were saying Roon again, but it's Kuhn. Anyway, they escape them, and Mungo Baobab once again is penniless, at least for now. Overall, the episodes, I like Mungo Baobab. I like that Ben Burt, who wrote a lot of these episodes, had a real investment in this. Like, you can tell he wanted Mungo Baobab to take off. He really did. Mungo Baobab is a little bit different. He's a respectable shipping trader. He doesn't look as, I say, 80s generic as Thal, as Jan did. It's just he's an older guy. I would say he's in his late 20s, early 30s, but more distinguished, more like a Talon Card, in my opinion, in a way, a watered down one because it's a Droids cartoon series. But I do enjoy him. Either way, what did you think? Episode 12, Across the Roon Sea in a whirlpool, I guess. Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you next time on Rewatch.